So
My mental health record.
would we be better off if we just abolished family court and just said when people don't get along, they just split the kid 50-50? No one paid child
You know
support,
what?
each take the kid 6 months of the year. Would we be better off? Would you personally be better off?
I don't believe that every court is this bad, because I have worked in other, as I said, my ex and I actually went through a almost divorce, everything but signed the papers. I personally, until this, have never had any problems with any court, judge, attorney,
But you see,
anything.
you were before
What I would,
you were an expert government welfare caseworker.
but see, I
or
also
something.
worked
Now you're on the
family
other
court,
end. Right.
in
And
Yuma, Arizona.
And you think the family courts there are fair?
Oh, absolutely. They went by everything I expected. Everybody says, you get a custody evaluation, you show your mental health, they come to the house, they investigate all this stuff. None of this stuff happened in Reno. In fact, I'm begging the custody evaluator right now. I'll give you all her information. Give me a copy of this stuff. It's my records. I paid for them. She's refusing. The reason she's refusing is because Shannon Bryant wrote the custody evaluation. She just signed it. He wanted me to have foursomes, and this is Chuck Waller's friend.
Chuck Weller's friend wanted you to have foursomes.
Yeah, his name is Perry. And
this is
he
a close
owns
friend of Judge Chuck Weller?
Yeah.
We're talking about Judge Chuck Weller of
Yes.
Reno, Nevada.
Yes.
The one that was shot by
The
Darren
one
Mack.
was allegedly shot by Darren Mack, yes.
And his friend wanted you to have foursomes with
him and Chuck Weller and his wife.
With him, Chuck Weller, and Chuck Weller's wife.
People that have never experienced this it sounds almost like you're trying to tell a story about how Martians have landed, because it sounds so unbelievable unless you've actually been in it or been around his courtroom. But if you check on the internet, there's many like myself that have been fallen prey to his tyranny and his abuse in his courtroom. And what people count on, these people that do this, and I've found out that it's not uncommon throughout the United States. This is not isolated. Just Chuck Weller has kind of taken the lead in it and is probably the most talked about judge on the internet. Their whole thing is to keep you quiet. This will probably cost me my daughter coming forward. It'll probably cost me jail time. It'll probably cost me, I can't even speak of what the cost will be from the retaliation that I'll get from the court system of Chuck Weller.
How many do you have by your ex-wife?
I have 2 children from previous marriage, and I have 1 8-year-old daughter from the current situation, which the moment they got into court, they started with all the false allegations and going for full custody.
How old are your 3 children?
I have a 17-year-old son, a 16-year-old daughter, and an 8-year-old daughter.
Now, are you on relatively peaceable relations with the older children?
My son lived with me in Reno, my older son, and he lived with me in Reno until such time as this divorce started really taking up my whole life, and the stress was so much on him that he moved in with my mother, his grandmother. This has really cost him my relationship with my middle daughter, who lives in California. And I see right now, I currently have had since the separation, every other week with my 8-year-old daughter, and enjoy a very good relationship with her until they try and take her away from me.
If somebody had come to you and said, I would abolish Child Protective Services, I would get the courts out of the business of milking one parent for child support to give to the other parent. I want to have the government involved in this the least about. Before you went through this process, would that have meant anything to you?
Probably not. Just from that, it's even going through it, it's hard to keep your mind around that this kind of tyranny and this kind of injustice could happen in the United States. It just doesn't make any sense. So it would have been hard for me to believe that I should do something to preempt it when it's so unbelievable even while you're going through it.
So are you still able to see your children right now, Mr. Mack?
I am.
Is that good to be able to see your 8-year-old daughter?
I cherish every moment because I know that the likelihood is that with Judge Chuck Weller's biased towards contributing attorneys, of which I don't have one, but my ex-to-be does, that I will probably be railroaded out of my daughter. So I cherish every single moment with her.
Did you have an attorney when this started? When
I did.
Weller dragged you into court? How much did that attorney cost you?
The attorney's fees so far in just a little over a year is well into the mid-$100,000s of dollars, just in attorney's fees.
And you lost practically everything, and she got pretty much everything her way?
I've lost, not only have I lost everything, I'm in debt. I'll be in debt coming out of bankruptcy in huge numbers.